Okay, now that you're convinced that Reporting Services 2008 is the tool you need and it's the way you need to go, now how do you decide which version to use? And there are a number. So first of all, let me just kind of go through the versions here with you that you have to choose from. Now, the Reporting Services functionalities that you get are based on the version of SQL Server 2008 that you have. Okay, so let's talk about those possibilities. There is a SQL Server 2008 Express version, and you can get this that includes advanced services. Now this thing is free, and with that, obviously, you're going to get some limited functionalities. Next, you have a SQL Server 2008 Web Edition. Then there is a SQL Server 2008 Workgroup Edition. Then we get into what we've kind of known in the past, the Standard Edition, the Enterprise Edition, the Developer Edition, and then there is an Evaluation. Now let's talk about each one of these and the functionalities that you get. First of all, this Express with Advanced Services, I've already mentioned it's free, but since it's free, you get limited functionalities here. First off, you can only access local relational data sources, meaning data sources on the same machine as the reporting services. There is a 4 GB memory limit, which is going to limit you somewhat in your functionalities. You can't do custom security roles, you can't do report caching, history of reports, and so forth, and you can't do report scheduling. Now some of this, most of this, we haven't talked about yet in the course, but this will become more important to you as you go through here. But again, this is free, and so you can get your hands on it and start to play with reporting services a bit. Now the Web Edition is very similar to Express with Advanced Services, and let me just back up here and say something about this. If you've ever used any of the server products that are the Web Edition, there's a certain number of limitations with those, and I will tell you they can be frustrating. So real world warning here, investigate what you're getting with the Web Edition of these things before you use them. They may fit your needs perfectly, but just be warned. Now the Workgroup Edition is really the same as the Express and the Web, except you now get support for ad hoc reporting, which is huge. It gives the users the ability to kind of build reports on the fly. Now we jump up into kind of the business level or the real world business level models here, and with SQL Server 2008 Standard Edition, the reporting services functionalities that you get really start to get interesting, and this is designed for, say, departmental or small business solutions. You get access capabilities for local, remote, and non-relational data sources. We're talking about XML, Excel, older database products. There's no memory limitation on how much reporting services has access to, so your report functionalities get a lot smoother and a lot faster. There's no data-driven subscriptions on the standard version, though. That might be a big deal. Later on in the course, you'll kind of see what we're talking about there. Next up is SQL Server 2008 Enterprise. Now, if you've got the checkbook for this, this is the way to go. This is for enterprise applications, large-scale environments. Now, this can be a pricey licensing fee here, but you get full features. Basically, if SQL Server Reporting Services 2008 can do it, then you get it with Enterprise, and you're not limited. Now, SQL Server 2008 Developer Edition, you'll get your hands on with this a lot of times through the various TechNet, MSDN subscriptions, and so forth. This is full functionality just like Enterprise. However, it is licensed for developers. So you'll see a lot of this out there. It is not licensed for production use. It is not legal to use this in a production environment, and you can get in some serious trouble with your friends at Microsoft over this. So just understand, developer is basically the same as Enterprise as far as functionality. It's just not licensed for production use. Now, the really good news is you can go out to Microsoft's website and download a fully functional version of SQL Server 2008, and it's called the SQL Server 2008 Evaluation, and this is the Enterprise Edition. Now this thing will run totally full-featured for 180 days, and I can't stress enough, using the tools out there like Virtual PC, or if you're a VMware fan, use that. Run these SQL Server 2008 in virtual environments and play with them. Install SQL Server 2008, use it for 180 days, play with it. If you want more time, uninstall it, reinstall it, you get another 180 days. So you can get, notice, 6 months of full functionality here. And again, this one's not going to be licensed for production use and all that, kind of goes without saying. But you will have to determine, based on the functionality you need, the size of your budget, which version of this that you want to run. Now, in this course, you're going to be looking at SQL Server 2008 Enterprise. So you're going to actually see the way this thing lays out and looks with the full version. So there are your choices, a lot of different versions, and just keep in mind and remember the version and the functionality that you get in reporting services is directly based on the version of SQL Server 2008 that you are running. Okay?